Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Stonehearth Alpha 24. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back with the Kingdom of Yonkers, where things, I have to say, are going pretty darn well. We're currently working on all the new farms over here. They're going to take a little bit of time. We've got rid of some of the old farms that were over here at one point as well. We are currently working, well, we actually built this second little cottage over here. They both need furnished, which will be done eventually. And we're now working on a new building here, which is actually a modified version of the dining hall, which I've decided to build specifically for the cook. So it's going to have like a chimney on it. It's going to have one stone wall. It's going to have some kind of white at the front here and a sign and all that. It's probably going to be a complete nightmare to build, which is what I'm going to say right off the bat. But it is going to be a building where the cook can do all their stuff, where we can let the cook sleep, where they can store everything. I think it's going to be a really, really good building to have. So as long as it's going to take, you know, that's fine. It's going to take time. Oh, hello. We'll close that permanently. It's going to take a little bit of time to do, but I think it's going to be a really good building to have. I think it's going to look really, really good when it's done. The only concern I have is that some of the hearthlings might get stuck on it as we try to construct it, because that chimney is going to be a little bit tricky. We also need somewhere for the mason at some point. It might be an idea to try and build another carpenter hut. Uh-oh. Hello, hello. We have a stoneling over here. Are my fighters anywhere nearby? They are, actually. So they can deal with the stoneling, no problem. It is actually quite tough, surprisingly, but looks like we're dealing with it nicely. Stoneling's dead. It also looks like I have a couple more fields here that I want to get rid of. So, remove, 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 and remove, and also that one as well. We're just gradually getting rid of those as time goes by. And this building's actually going up super quickly. Alright, well, that's actually quite surprising. I think once that's done, we will actually go ahead and modify a carpenter's building to be for the mason. I think that'll be a really good idea. Obviously, again, this building is just going to take a little bit of time. I don't really know how they're going to manage to build that chimney. I might have to cheat and use insta-build on this. We'll see. I don't really want to, but I also don't want hearthlings getting stuck, and I don't want the game bugging out, so hopefully we don't have to use it. But they do need to be on the roof. That's the thing. No, it looks like they're slowly doing it. It looks like they're slowly figuring it out. Just the build process is, yeah, it's a slow one. Simple merchants here with things to sell. We have some fences we could sell. We have some nice doors. We have some of these things which we actually want to get rid of. So we'll sell the supply racks. I don't think we have much else that we can sell, but that's fine. We can hold off for the time being. Oh, wow. That thing's actually largely done. I think the only thing left to do is put the flame things on top of it. I've completely forgotten what they're called. But the issue is uh-oh, hello. Goblin raiding party approaches. Our fighters can, yeah. That can be dealt with fairly easily. Goblins aren't all that tough. Goblins really aren't all that tough. So yeah, it looks like the construction of this place is largely done. They're not going to be able to get back up to that chimney, though, to put the things on it that I want. So, well, unless they start building ladders, but I don't think they will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some ladders to actually help them get up there. So I think we'll just need one there. And that'll probably let them do what we want them to do. And then we can take those ladders down afterwards. So there we go. That guy's built a ladder up to there. Are we gonna... Oh, yeah, there they go. Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. We just need one more to go up there, and then that looks... What do you... Why did you drop that? You just set it down. What? What are you doing up there? You're just stood on the chimney doing nothing. Why are you up there as well? Are they stuck? They might be. What if we did a ladder there and then a ladder there? Does that do anything for them? Also, daily updates here. We have the food and the net worth. I guess we could accept another hearthling. I'm going to decline, though, because the beds aren't in the new buildings yet. I really hope you guys aren't stuck. No, you're not. Oh, there we go. So they've got down at least. I'm really confused about why this one hasn't been put on there, though. There we go. Right, so you can get down. Let's just deconstruct those ladders and gradually start tidying this building up a little bit. So at nighttime, this building's going to have flames coming out of the chimney, which I think is amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. Also, the cook's stuff is actually inside, so what we can go ahead and do is just remove these ones, which is beautiful news. The cook can start working inside. I'm also going to say that we move the stuff that we have here. So this oven is going to move across to, I think, there. Then the cauldron is going to move across to there, and then the mill grinder can go there. All right, is that all coming down? It absolutely is. Is that all going to be hauled away? It absolutely is. Okay. Go ahead and remove that ladder for me. And apparently we're not redeploying things. We are just placing the old ones. Great. So undeploy that, and then I guess that one will get moved. I guess, I have no idea. Undeploy that as well. There we go. There we go. All right, so this right here is the cook's little workspace. Some of the windows aren't in yet, but that's all right. What I would like to do is get a few beds in there at some point. Also getting some storage in there seems like a really good idea. We actually do have a couple of small storage chests lying around, so by all means, we could line that front wall with some storage. That is absolutely a thing we could do. And I think I will. I think I'll just put a little bit of storage in that front wall. Just something like that. I think it looks nice. Then over there can be where he sleeps and blah, 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 blah. So that right there is our cook's building. And I'm actually really happy with it, despite it not being finished. So let's have a look and see if we can do something similar for a new building for the mason. So the carpenter's house is going to need to be built and modified. So we're going to leave a gap of 4 between everything there, as we usually do. And what we can do is say we want to take that sign away. The sign needs to go. And then instead of it, we need the mason's sign. And then in the little yard thing here, we want to take away that and that. We could probably take that away as well, which I think was just road. And we'll put in some... We'll put in some stone like that instead. I think those are just blocks as well, so we'll take those out. And instead of those, we're going to do stone. So we'll go, I think, with a nice kind of dark stone on this. And then I'm pretty sure those are just blocks as well, so... Let's just... That's entirely made up of blocks. Amazing. Okay, well, we're going to remove every single one of them. And we're going to manually rebuild this little extension here. So we want the dark blocks for the lower level. Then we'll go for the lighter blocks. And then we'll go for the dark blocks on the posts at the top like that. So that'll be holding up the roof, which I think is perfectly fine. We are going to need some pillars in the corner as well, which are just going to be made of the dark blocks. And we're going to need some over there as well, so let's just... Oh, that one right there is actually a pillar. Can we change the material there of that one to be a dark? There we go. And then this one, that one's not. So that right there is just stone slab, which is totally fine. So we'll just rebuild that pillar as we did the other ones. We could redo the roof if we wanted to. I don't think I will. I think the roof is probably fine. This little pillar here needs to be stone. And then that section of wall, I think, should be stone as well. So something a bit like that, I think, will work. I do want to get a door on there, but I don't think that's an option. Unfortunately. That would have been nice to get a door on there, but I guess it's not to be. Either way, let's see if we can get the stuff in here that we need. So we need a mason's workbench and we need the pedestal. So the pedestal, I think, can go... I think the pedestal should go there. So kind of nicely in that space. I think the mason's workbench can go there. And then it would be good to get some storage behind it too. So something like the shelves, I think would be a really good addition. They are quite huge though, is the downside. So what if we put the shelves... What if we put the shelves there? Just so there's something nearby, you know? And then move this a little bit. So we'll rotate you to be there. We'll put this there, possibly? I'm not really sure. I don't think everything fits. That's kind of what I'm realizing here. Not everything fits in here the way I want it to. Which is unfortunate, but it's the way of things. Can we get that out of there completely? What if, like, if we just erase that and do one of the corner ones, that totally works. I think that looks all right. I do think that looks all right. We can maybe move the light forward a little bit. And that right there can be our mason's building. You know, obviously near enough identical to the carpenter's one, but has, you know, a little bit of stone there for the workshop, so it's noticeably the mason one. All right, well, I think that does the job. We could do a little bit more storage. We could do like a general stonework supply table as well, which I don't think would hurt. Could do some shelves, actually. I actually think the shelves might be a better option than the storage in the corner. I'm not sure, though. I'm not really sure. Stonework supply rack. You know what? I think I prefer that. I do think I prefer that. So let's just take the shelves out of there completely. I think that looks better. All right. So that'll do the job for that. We'll not do the path just yet. We'll just say that the building is... Oh. We'll just say the building is finished. And start building. So there we go. We'll get that done in time. And that'll give the mason somewhere to work out of as well. I am really happy that we've managed to get a couple of little buildings going here. Because it is turning into something that looks a bit like a town. I really like that. 18 wooden doors for... Why do they want doors, man? They want nothing but doors. It's getting really annoying. It's getting really annoying. I don't know. I don't know what's up with it. Oh, look at that. Look at the flames coming out of that thing. That is dumb. That is dumb, but I love it. Just one big fire pit out of the top of the cook's building. I love it. Absolutely love it. It does just look really cool. Goblin raiding party approaching. Goblin raiding party has no chance. Although there are a few of them. There are quite a few of them, actually. And they seem to be getting away with some resources. Fortunately, not very quickly, but... Oh, wow. That is a giant wolf. That is, by all means, a giant wolf. We done? We are done. So the goblins got away with something. It looks like they're coming back, though. Yeah, they are. Really? Really? Your friends got murdered and you're like, oh, you know what would be a great idea? I'm just going back for more. Seems like a good plan to me. I don't think it was a good plan. I don't think it was a good plan at all. I'm gonna be honest with that goblin. I think he made a mistake. I think he made a terrible, terrible mistake, but, you know, to each their own, I suppose. It's not my place to judge. It is not my place to judge. Let's go ahead and just tear out the remainder of these farms here. Because we really don't need them. We have the other ones going. I think the other ones are doing a fine job. I'm also thinking we will probably take another another Hearthling today, even if we don't have the bed space for them. We could use another fighter. So we'll accept. We got Shell Quests, who is not really a fighter, who has good mind, though. So would be good at crafting. Shell would be pretty good at crafting. What do you want to be? You are callous and charismatic. Okay, you could be a farmer, you could be a herbalist, you could be a fighter. I think we'll get you to be... I think we'll go for a farmer. We'll just go for farming and then eventually maybe turn you into a cook or something like that. So there we go. We have another farmer. That's going to be good to keep these fields going really nicely. Looks like the field's doing all right, though. Construction over here also doing all right, which is really, really nice. Really pleased to see the construction's coming along. So hopefully the mason can get in there soon enough. We could probably go ahead and just undeploy the mason stuff for a bit, so that as soon as that stuff's ready to move in, it can be done. There we go. Actually, I think it's being done immediately. No, it isn't. It's going to storage somewhere else. Okay. But yeah, that means that as soon as the scaffolding comes down, the mason is going to be set to move in there. Which is exactly what we want. The only issue, of course, is that the carpenter is still in the process of making 50 picket fences, and then has the 10 gates, and then literally everything else for every other building to make. So I'm not saying the carpenter's bad. The carpenter's just very, very busy. Very, very busy. Which is unfortunate, but... well, that's the way of it. That's going to be the way of it. Oh, there we go. Scaffolding's coming down. So hopefully we can get... oh, hello. What do we got here? We have some bolts of leather. But we still don't really have anything we can sell, unfortunately. We still don't have much to sell. We have got mounds of clay. I guess we'll sell... I don't know, a bunch of those. Get us a bit of gold. We're not really using it, so I guess that works. That got us a little something something, not much. But, you know, a little something something's better than no something something. So I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Let's have a look around. I didn't see anything over here, did I? Oh, I did. I knew I saw some yellow glowing eyes. Giant zombie currently guarding some treasure there. We, of course, have the goblin camp all the way down here. Which, honestly, I'm not worried about. As long as the chief doesn't attack, and as long as the chief doesn't die, that goblin situation's not necessarily going to get any worse. The goblin sends a note. Of course he does. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Well, it was fun preying on you, pathetic humans. But fun times must end. We go home now, to big clan meet. While we gone, build more stuff. So when we come back, we can take more.
So good riddance or thank goodness? Good riddance. So the goblins are gone. The goblins are straight up gone. Which is kind of big news, actually. That is kind of big news. Right, so set this to be stone. And there we go. That's the blacksmith stuff all back in, which is good news. We got some stone being loaded up in the shelves there too. So the blacksmith should be able to do some good work. And what we can also go ahead and do is design a building. We'll do some roads, and it's going to be these ones. So we'll get some roads leading up to all of our buildings, so that people can get into them nice and quickly, and so that the buildings are all officially a part of the town. There we go. Finished build. All right, start building. This one's finished build. This one is finished and needs built. And this one is finished and needs built. There we go. We'll get all the pathways in. Everybody can do their thing. You know what? We're going to take another Hearthling. We're up to 16. We have Thesma Mavel. Mavel? What are you good at? Spirit. Okay. So you could be a crafter. Definitely an option to have you as a crafter. I am really happy to see the Mason's place up, though. Look at this little street. Look at this adorable little street, man. It's amazing. Let's get the Mason to work on more stone benches. Get me like 10 of them. Get me 10 stone benches. Get me maybe a couple of bird baths. You could also, I don't know, what else could you make? Some cobblestone fences. Maybe make me a couple of those. Do like 5 cobblestone fences. Do a fence gate. I don't know what else to make though, so just, you know, just do your thing. You do, oh, look at the little street. I love it. It probably looks better from this end actually, because yeah, look at that. Little building up at the end of it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get one more building in here. Another little cottage for 2 is gonna go in here. And it's gonna go hopefully right here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. It means we can take a road straight up this way as well. Finished editing and build. There we go. So another little cottage for 2. And then what we can do is actually go to design building. And we can bring a little stretch of road just up here. I love it. Absolutely love it. So that little road can go there. Finish editing and build. Perfect. So we're getting a proper little town going here with plenty of space for the Hearthlings to live. Plenty of space for them to work. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. They don't seem too interested in mining over here, though, which is a bit unfortunate. I guess we'll just leave them to it. They're focusing on other things at the minute. Oh, that little road's done already. They are getting super quick at building, too. I guess that's partly down to the fact that we have actually got quite a few of them, but, you know. I guess that's all right. Oh, man. I am so happy with how this is coming along. We have a rugged survivalist. I don't think we have anything to sell. We have got some benches, but I kind of want the benches. The point of the benches was that we would start placing them around the town. So like there and there. And we're basically just going to have room for people to like just sit and enjoy, you know, the ambiance, I guess. Ambiance. I might say I'm like over pronouncing that, aren't I? I'm like one of those people that's like, look, I can say the fancy word, and then it's like, you know, ambiance, you know? So that's exactly what it is. I don't know what that was. Just do this. Just get a bench in there. So there we go. A whole bunch of little benches down the main street. We have some bushes in there. We have a fire. I don't know if the fire really adds to it, but look how nice this is. Look at this little street we got here. Look at this little street. I love it. Can we go to the cook real quick and say, instead of maintain 30, just like maintain like 60. So maintain 60 and see what happens. You can work on things like peasant bread, which probably wouldn't be terrible. Would be nice to get some eggs in as well. We don't really have the means to get all this stuff yet. We do need to get a trapper. We really need to get a blacksmith so we can get a trapper and start getting animals. But I guess until then, I mean, if you were to make sacks of flour, which we can't do because we don't have bales of wheat, which is unfortunate, but if we could get some bales of wheat, we could start making flour. So I guess we could look at a new farm area. And can we do wheat? We can. Let's do some wheat. Let's absolutely do some wheat. And let's also check out the carpenter's going. So carpenter is still working on picket fences. Oh, that poor carpenter. I feel bad, really. Carpenter's been doing those for a little while now and really not making much progress. We have invaders approaching from over here. It's going to be some zombies. I think my footman, yeah. So that's no big deal. As long as the cleric does the cleric's job, we're fine. Yeah, there we go. Cleric's doing a fine job. Looks like we're going to have some harvests soon as well. Looks like the cook, I assume, is doing their thing. Yeah. I'm so happy with this little street. I'm so happy with this little street. Look at it. Everyone's so happy. You know, everyone's so happy on their little street here. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to leave it there in a nice happy ending before everybody dies or something, because this is going too well right now. It's going too well right now, so we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you kindly for watching. It's been my pleasure as always, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!